What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Francesca, how are you doing on this lovely Sunday afternoon? You know, playoff time, football. Yeah. Woo. How's it going?
That good stuff. Yeah. Love it. It is Super Wildcard weekend. I've done nothing but watch football and eat all weekend long. I made buffalo chicken dip on Saturday. So that goes to show my new year, new fitness journey is really going. I'm like, it's the weekend. Monday. When Monday comes back around, I'll get back into it. But it's the weekend. Made some good snacks. Just actually have nonstop been watching football and or some type of television show all weekend long. I haven't done anything else.
Well, don't worry, because 2021 starts tomorrow.
Each week
we just push it back. It doesn't matter that I said it was going to start last Monday. It starts this Monday because this was a trial week. It was, get yourself back into the swing of things. Eat as much as you want, watch as much TV as you want. That's
you
really
had some mistakes. It's okay.
We could do right now. Like, I got this new shirt, fire new shirt. I love it so much. It's like leather. It's awesome. It's like a halter top. My dream shirt. I can't wear it anywhere, and it's killing me. And I put it on today, and I was like, fuck, you look good in that. Because I've been talking about this a lot recently, where you feel bad about yourself, you feel down. But I feel like part of that has to do with the fact that we really can't go anywhere. So it's not like we're getting dressed up and putting on our cute clothes like we once were. Like, I'm always just throwing on a sweatshirt or a baggy t-shirt like I have on right now, some baggy jeans, some baggy sweatpants, whatever it is, just trying to be comfy and casual and cool. And then I put this fucking leather shirt on and I'm like, oh my God, I remember who I am now. It's like I completely transformed when I put this shirt on. And I was thinking about just shutting the lights off in my apartment, putting on a disco ball and just bumping some music, just acting like I'm in a club and then taking pictures.
Duh.
Not act like I went out, because that would piss people off, but just to motivate myself for maybe the future endeavors that may be coming our way if all goes as planned. I don't know about you, but I got my sights set on summer 2021. And if shit isn't better by then, a bitch might just snap. I don't know about you, but
I really hope so. I'm at that level too. I was online shopping and I'm having I'm having the same problem. I'm buying stuff and I'm putting it in my closet and I'm like, why did I buy that? I added and removed this coat from my cart 4 times this weekend because it's a beautiful coat, but it's nice. It's a nice coat you wear to go somewhere, to be seen. That coat deserves to be seen. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, when am I going to wear that coat? I have no reason to buy that coat. I have no reason to wear the coat. No one's going to see the coats. So, you know what? I ended up not buying the coat because I was like, you know what? Maybe next year.
Francesca, buy the coat.
Yeah.
This is my advice to everybody listening right now. Put on your best outfit. Put on a hot ass outfit that you have been having, you had your eyes on it and you were like, you know what? When COVID ends, this is my outfit that I'm wearing when I go out. I know we all had those because I bought an entire summer wardrobe at the beginning of March when everything shut down, because I was like, all right, by the time the summer comes, we'll be out and about. I got this new summer wardrobe, where my summer wardrobe sat in my closet. And now it's time to put my winter wardrobe in there, whatever. Yep. It is what it is. Put on your baddest outfit, walk around the apartment, do a few twirls, and then get back in your comfy clothes and you'll feel better. You'll just feel good about yourself. So you know what, Francesca? Buy the damn coat. And just wear it. Wear it. Wear it to the store. Wear it wherever. Just wear it. Just get the coat and wear it, okay? That's what we need to do for ourselves.
I'm probably going to get it now.
Do it right now. Buy it while we're doing this podcast. Take out your phone and fucking click order because you deserve that. That's what you deserve. I'm a bad influence.
I'll think about it.
I'm just a bad influence in general, I've heard in my life.
I don't think you're a bad influence.
Thank you, Fran. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I've been told that I, number one, succumb to peer pressure easily, and two, peer pressure easily. I am always like, come on, just do it. Oh, it won't hurt. Come on. And then everyone's like, well, okay.
I think it's more that you just like to do things with friends. Like,
Yes.
it's more when you're in that moment and you're in that zone, it's like, oh, I don't want to do this by myself. So let me be like, friend, come on. You wanna. And that's it. That's it. That's all it takes. And it's the same vice versa. Like when you succumb to it often as well, because all you got to do is just have someone be like, you know what, you should probably do that. You're like, you know what, I probably should.
Yeah, I just want to have a good time with my friends. So I guess, it goes both ways. But buy the coat. Otherwise, we don't really have much going on in our lives, It is
Like
what it is. We're just
football and
who's coming in here? Henry,
long.
get the fuck out of here. We're recording. Oh my God, so sweet. I didn't mean to yell at you. He bought me a new heating pad. You just dropped it off. That's so nice. I was just making a joke. Love you, boo. Thanks.
Hank, how you doing? You want to make your first appearance on Chicks in the Office?
He just left. That's so sweet. He bought me a new heating pad. Wow. I could tear up.
That's very nice of him. Yeah. Thanks, Hank.
It's big news. My heating pad broke this weekend. Whoa.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Rhea's heating pad broke. I'm straight up obsessed with my heating pad, though. Not to get into a conversation about heating pads. I will live and die by a heating pad. Need it on my neck, need it on my back, need it on my stomach, bad cramps, whatever it may be. Yeah. Need a heating pad in my life.
Wait, speaking of like heating pad type things, I was on TikTok, and you know how on like TikTok they'll be like, oh, here's one thing you didn't know you needed on Amazon. Like that type of thing.
Yes.
They had like an eye massage, like this whole goggle thing, and like it massages your eyes. I'm like, I'm ready to buy it. But like I feel dumb like buying something like that at the same
time.
Noah,
do it. Both of you right now. Noah, you buy the eye massager. Fran, you buy that goddamn coat. And let's get on with our lives, okay? Stop beating around the bush. Buy what you want to buy. If you can afford it, buy what you want to buy. Darlings.
Thank you, Rhea. Noah, I would also like to extend a happy birthday to Murray.
Oh, wow. I was going to forget. My mom was like, you better say it on the podcast.
Oh, my
happy birthday. Happy 2 years, Murray.
Well, I remembered. Murray had just an absolute fantastic Instagram post for his birthday. I mean, that dog, what a birthday. You got cake. He's in his hat.
Siblings are like, our mom literally doesn't care about anyone but our dog. Like, she's never done that for any of us. Like, he got like an omelet for breakfast or something. I
mean, that cake looked fantastic. Like I wanted to eat that cake, and that was a cake made for dogs. So it really looked quite delicious. If you're not following Murray on Instagram, he's a great follow.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Murray. Murray's special, clearly more special than Noah. But speaking of feeding your dogs omelets and whatnot, I have had to up Norman's dishes. I've had to start cooking for Norman chicken and rice. So I don't even cook for myself these days, and I'm in the kitchen whipping up gourmet meals for Norman, throwing a little seasoning on there, throwing a little yogurt in the mix. This puppy loves it, but mainly because he's had stomach issues. So this won't be a long time thing. This is only a 3 to 5 day thing where he will be getting gourmet meals from me. I'm not cooking every night for my dog. That'd be
I feel like it's going to be hard for him to go back though. Like,
yes, he's so picky with his food. He loves a good gourmet meal, but when it comes to the old regular dog food, he's not having it. I got a lot of recommendations from people on Instagram though, so I'm going to try some other foods out.
It's a good idea. We'll take this offline. Also, I can give you some suggestions of what my dogs eat.
Oh, thank you very much.
But I don't want it to sound like an ad, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, no, we're not doing ads for dog foods. We haven't reached that point.
Yeah, we have, but not currently.
But not today. Not today. We have more important stuff to talk about. Obviously, we got some drama, got some topics to get into. So let's get into it. My favorite topic of the evening is Olivia Rodrigo released a new song, Driver's License. And of course, Joshua Bassett was on this show very recently. And Francesca and I did not realize that Olivia and Joshua had a hidden romance, a secret relationship that other people knew about. And Fran asked if they were like friends. And he was like, yeah, we're good buddies. And it went viral on TikTok because everyone was like, oh, screw Joshua calling them buddies. And then this song comes out. Olivia releases this song, Driver's License, which is apparently about Joshua and Sabrina Carpenter. So we'll get into all of that. We have an update on Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis' relationship. New reports are coming out that apparently Jason is not happy that his ex is fucking Harry Styles. Apparently he's not happy about it.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Thought he would be happy, thought he would congratulate them, but nope, that's not going to happen. We also have Peter Weber is moving to New York City. We don't really care that much, but we decided to give you an update. The Kardashians wrapped Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They had their official last day of shooting. And Taylor Swift released 2 new bonus tracks that, of course, people think are about Karlie Kloss, because who else would people think these songs are about? They're always about Karlie Kloss. So let's get into it, starting off with the Olivia and Joshua Bassett drama. Olivia Rodrigo released a song this past weekend called Driver's License. The song is a very, very good. Noah, play a little bit of it.
Very good.
Great song, passion. I was crying the first time I heard it. I was invested in a relationship that I didn't know existed between Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett, who, like I said, was on this show. And let me make a correction. He did not call them buddies. He called her a homie. He said, she's a homie when Fran asked about Olivia. And TikTok ate that up. They were like, Joshua, fuck him, fuck boy, like calling Olivia a homie, all this nonsense. And Olivia's song quickly went viral. It's trending everywhere, #1 everywhere. It's beating Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, all those people. It's rising to she's going to be such a star. And this song really set her off. But I was on Twitter and I started seeing like, oh shit, Olivia Rodrigo shading Joshua Bassett and Sabrina Carpenter. I was like, wait a second. Wait a damn minute. Where did I miss out on this juicy drama that I would love to know about? I am way too invested in as a 23-year-old woman caring about these Disney stars. But yes, I do care. Apparently, Olivia and Joshua had a relationship and they broke up and he moved on with Sabrina Carpenter, who was also a Disney star, who has also been on this show. We just need Olivia on and then we'll have the trifecta, who was also on this show. And they're apparently dating now. And in this song, she mentions a blonde girl who's much older than her, and she has everything she's insecure about. And people really think it's about Joshua and Sabrina Carpenter.
I really think it is. I would like to say now for the record, anytime we do interview someone in the younger demo, I'm going to search their name on TikTok because that seems to be where all the drama is. I guess we were not looking at enough High School Musical, the series T accounts, I feel like, because maybe we would have had an idea of what was going on. But it seems very dramatic. There was a TikTok that went viral explaining that their fellow co-stars were all liking Olivia's social media about her new song and her new single, and none of them liked any of Josh's posts about his upcoming EP that's coming out. And then Larry Saperstein, the guy who plays Big Red, liked that TikTok about how they all were only liking Olivia's social media. So there is a lot of drama going on. Apparently Josh and Sabrina have been linked since June of 2020. I mean, have we been living under a goddamn rock?
Apparently we have been, and I am so disappointed in us because usually we're on top of these things, and we didn't see the paparazzi shots of them out to lunch together, them doing TikToks together. We didn't see any of that before we interviewed him. What is wrong with us? We deserve a slap on the wrist. Instead of, in class when you would get a star when you did something next to your name, we should get a fucking slap on the wrist that we didn't know about any of this because we could have asked him, and we didn't. Usually when we do interviews and there's something that they don't want to talk about or to be asked about, or if it's a relationship thing, we get told, hey, don't ask about this. Like with Madeline and Chase, it was like, don't ask if they're dating. And then, of course, we didn't put 2 and 2 together.
It was because they were dating.
Yeah. Another miss by us. But anyways, moving on. Moving on past that. Yep. Still good. I don't want to make it seem like we are uncredible sources. So moving past that, we were never told, hey, don't ask about Joshua's relationships or Sabrina Carpenter or anything like that. If we would have seen that, we would have asked. So a huge miss by us. But moving past that, I think Sabrina Carpenter is harmless and unproblematic and a queen. And I think that Olivia Rodrigo is the same. And I think it's sad now to see people attacking Sabrina Carpenter for dating Joshua Bassett, because if anybody's in the wrong, if Joshua did do something wrong, then it would be him. You know, it would be like, okay, let's go after Joshua, whatever he did. You know, did he cheat on her or did he break up with her and immediately went to Sabrina? We don't know.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it just seems like Olivia and Joshua had something. They broke up and he moved on with Sabrina Carpenter. And I don't think that anybody should attack Sabrina Carpenter for that. Like, that would be ridiculous. As for the castmates that are choosing sides, this is where I have a problem with Joshua. Olivia's big release day, Driver's License, like we said, fantastic song, popping off on the charts. Joshua then announces his new EP the same day. Like, bruh, can you read the room? I don't get why you would post that announcement on the same day. That makes you look like you are like thirsty for attention and trying to outshine Olivia. You could have had that announcement any other day, but you announced it the same day that this song came out. And I don't like that. I think you should have waited. Now, I still like Joshua because from what I've seen, nothing makes me dislike him. Unless he were to cheat on Olivia with Sabrina, that would be a whole other situation. But we don't know that. We just know that clearly the castmates are picking sides, and maybe Joshua calling Olivia a homie was not good.
Yeah. The tea really was just piping hot all weekend for this crew and what's been going down. And like you said, the lyrics scream Sabrina Carpenter. Apparently, Olivia actually changed the lyrics from brunette to blonde. She had released like an earlier version of the song. She had shared some of it on her Instagram, and it originally was brunette, but she changed that to "You're probably with that blonde girl" instead. So it definitely feels personal. If you want some more details, you can go check out the HSMTMTS_T TikTok account, which I found very informative. Olivia's ex commented on some TikTok. His name's Ethan Wacker. He said, like, it's not about him. He said, nope, I treated her well. There's a clip of Olivia telling a story about how Josh took her driving for the first time ever in a parking lot of In-N-Out. The two of them together really would make a lot of sense with the name of this song. And then Griffin Gluck, who is Sabrina's ex-boyfriend, posted on his Instagram story a picture of himself with Driver's License playing, specifically the lyric about the blonde girl. And he wrote "bop." So,
oh, I have chills. I have
piping
chills.
hot. The kids in the streets, man. The kids are wildin'. The 17-year-olds. I mean, Olivia's only 17. They're young. This
Olivia's
is like
17, Sabrina's 21, and Joshua's 20. So that makes me feel better about us talking about it, because I'm 23, although I feel older. I could hang out with Joshua and Sabrina, realistically. Yes. I could fit in with them. But it feels weird talking about them at the same time, because you're like, these kids are fucking young, but the drama's hot and we're involved at this point. We are now in it. And once I realized that there was drama along with the song, I loved it even more. Because when I first heard the song, I obviously was like, this is very good. But then I was like, damn, she had the balls to write these lyrics and put them out there, and everybody's figuring it out. Sabrina's ex-boyfriend, that's got to be cold. That's cold.
And you know how you can trim the song on your Instagram stories? Like when you add it, like he trimmed it so it was specifically the lyric, like you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. Like it was specifically that spot.
At the same time, though, if I'm Sabrina Carpenter, I feel complimented. That fucked up, because I feel like at the same time,
she wrote a whole damn song about me.
Yeah, I always feel like it's a compliment when people write songs about other people. Like this is totally, different genre, but when Lil Yachty wrote the song and it had Addison Rae in it. And everybody on TikTok like flipped out. They were like, oh my God, that's so fucking disrespectful, Lil Yachty. You better apologize. Like Bryce Hall got mad about it. In my head, I was like, if I'm Addison Rae, and Addison didn't say a word about it, because I bet in Addison Rae's mind, she was like, fuck yeah. Like this guy just rapped about me. That's a compliment. So
yeah,
either way.
I totally get that. I feel like we are getting just an inside look of really what probably went down on the original High School Musical sets and like you know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't this kind of social media then. So we didn't have this drama, but with Zach and Vanessa dating and like, I'm sure there was so much good drama that because there wasn't this kind of social media, we didn't like get to see out there in the world. Yes, when they would release singles, people would be like, ooh, maybe that's about Zach or things like that. But there was never any like, oh, she liked that post. She posted this, the shade in her Instagram story. So it definitely reaches a whole new level of drama. And look, I said to you, Rhea, when we had talked about this weekend, I was like, as long as this drama doesn't affect the on-screen chemistry, because I'm still rooting for them as a couple on the show. And I don't need their real life drama to get in the way of the show, because the show is what's important here.
I agree with you. These kids better get it fucking together. If they let their relationships fuck up the show like this, they're going to need a good talking to. They're going to have to get a good lesson in reality. Hey, kids, yeah, maybe date your coworkers, but just know that it might not end up well. And you might have to kiss them still when you're broken up. And they should have learned that from the first era of High School Musical.
Yeah, exactly. It's just full circle. Everything's coming back around. And I would like to say that on top of Olivia also, you know, putting out a song that is doing so well, Joe Jonas shared the song on his story this weekend. Taylor Swift, you know, commented on her Instagram because she had said she posted a screenshot of her song right next to Taylor's on the charts. And Taylor Swift commented, I say that's my baby and I'm really proud. And obviously Olivia freaked the fuck out. So she worships Taylor Swift, rightfully so. And that's a very cute little duo we got going between the two of them. And Olivia deserves all the praise because the song's great.
I'd imagine Olivia is terrified to post the screenshot of her song at number 1 above Taylor Swift. Because she posted when it was below Taylor Swift and above Justin Bieber, but now she's above all of them. And she's probably like, all right, I can't post this on my main because now I'm just straight up beating Taylor Swift. But either way, she deserves it. The song is a smash hit. And I swear to God, if Noah doesn't end this segment with Say Okay by Vanessa Hudgens, I'm going to be pissed.
And important to note, Josh does have a new song coming out soon. It's called Lie, Lie, Lie. I don't know if we should be digging too far into that. I did see some people tweeting that he wrote and recorded that song a while ago, but man, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. They're really these two are songwriters and they're really pouring their real life into their songs, it seems like. So we'll have to stay tuned. We got to pay closer attention.
I'm sure you've been at the point in your life where you just want to skip the lines at the grocery store. You don't even want to show up to the grocery store thinking about the crowds there now. It just is so unappealing. But right now, Imperfect Foods can help. Get ready to enjoy grocery shopping all over again. Imperfect Foods is on a mission to reimagine grocery delivery for a kinder, less wasteful world. They deliver sustainable, affordable groceries, including produce, quality protein, eggs and dairy, and pantry staples straight to your door. Plus, they are always adding fun and tasty new discoveries for you to try each week. All you have to do is sign up, create your flexible, personalized grocery plan, and then shop online each week and get affordable and sustainable groceries delivered directly to your door. Nothing sounds better than that. Groceries right to your door, so you can still cook, you still feel good about what you're eating, but you don't need to go anywhere still. With Imperfect Foods, grocery shopping fits seamlessly into your life, and every week is a tasty adventure. Right now, Imperfect Foods is offering our listeners 20% off plus free shipping on your first order when you go to imperfectfoods.com, and make sure you use promo code CHICKS20. Try Imperfect Foods now, and for a limited time, get 20% off plus free shipping on your first order. Go to imperfectfoods.com and use CHICKS Chicks20 to sign up. That's 20% off plus free shipping at imperfectfoods.com. Offer code Chicks20. Last episode, we talked about Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles and their newfound relationship and whether or not Jason Sudeikis approved of it, if he was happy with it, if him and Olivia have an okay relationship. And at that time, it did seem like Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis had a good relationship. There was pictures of them in December, spotted hugging, touching each other's faces, looking all fine and dandy. Now there are reports coming out that Jason and Olivia were completely fine up until the fall, and Harry Styles is the reason Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde have broken up. And let me tell you, me and Hank got into a big fight about this past weekend. We got into a big fight.
I can believe it because I feel like he is very much team Jason Sudeikis.
We're sitting on the couch. We're having a lovely Saturday evening. And he goes, people are saying that Harry Styles ruined Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde's relationship. I was like, no, he didn't. No, he did not. Harry Styles would not do that. Okay. Jason and Olivia, the reports they broke up in the beginning of last year. And he was like, no, Rhea, look at this article. And I'll be damned. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was heartbroken to read the article that had been put out by People magazine when just a few weeks ago, they were reporting that Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde broke up at the beginning of last year. Why have things changed, Fran? Tell me why they've changed and why Harry Styles is being painted as a bad guy now.
I don't know if Jason's publicist has gotten involved in some way, but the sources out here, we're going in two different directions. And it's crazy reading the article because it says, it's like now sources tell people that the relationship started they started right when they broke up, and that he thinks that Harry led to the end of their engagement, and that they were very much together as recently as this fall. But then it says, but also another source said that they were broken up at the beginning of this year. The timing is very interesting, that when the split happened in November and all the news came out, it seemed like they had been broken up for a while. That is kind of what people were saying. That was what was put out there. Now that Harry Styles is involved, it's like, no. Harry was a problem here. They were together in the fall. They started filming Don't Worry, Darling in September. And then the source said that by October, he got the impression she wanted out of their relationship. And he is, quote, absolutely heartbroken about the split. There is still a lot of love there, and he would like to have hope that maybe there's a way for them to repair things. Now, I don't know if Jason had a change of heart or what happened here, but like maybe Jason's publicist was like, hey, this isn't going Jason's way. And they put these sources out here. They're complete opposites. The sources are saying two completely different things now.
Yeah, we're getting opposite sides of the story. I would love to live in a world where Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde had an amicable breakup, and then Harry Styles swooped in, cuffed Olivia right up, swept her off her feet, and that's that. Now we're living in a world where Olivia Wilde is being inappropriate on the set of her movie, cheating on her fiance with the star of the show. Because that's now what this has turned into. I saw on Dumois that some people are saying that, yes, Jason and Olivia did have a great relationship and they came out of nowhere with Harry. Some people are saying, no, they've been broken up this whole time, but it is causing problems for Olivia as a director and for Don't Worry, Darling. I don't think that should be the case. I think that Don't Worry, Darling is still going to be a smash hit. I think everyone's looking forward to that. I don't know why it should cause problems as her, as a director. It seemed like they stopped shooting the movie and then they went public with their relationship. So I don't know about all that. Personally, I don't see an issue with it. So that's that. But if Jason and Olivia were all fine and dandy and then Harry Styles came into the picture, can you really blame Harry Styles? Because you can blame Olivia, right? You could be like, hey, you got to show some restraint around Harry Styles. But you can't blame Harry, can you? Well, You kind of can, because you can, like, the thing is, if Harry was pursuing Olivia while Olivia was with Jason, then yes, we can blame Harry and we can be like, Harry, no, tisk. You were not supposed to go after married women, even though I bet that's exactly what Harry Styles likes. You're not supposed to do that. If Olivia was just so attracted to Harry Styles that she entered her marriage and then pursued Harry, we can't be mad at Harry. He's just being Harry. It is what it is. Who knows? But I am going to choose to believe, because when the news came out that Olivia and Jason broke up and Harry was not even in the picture, all of the reports were saying that they had been broken up for such a long time. I'm going to choose to believe that, because why now is the story changing? Just because Harry's in the picture, the story's changing? I don't believe it.
It's very fishy that now it's all changing. I agree with you. I think that now that the narrative is shifting and it's trying to like say, oh, Jason's the victim here. He was heartbroken. He blindsided. He didn't see this coming. And Harry Styles, you know, their relationship was fine up until the fall. I don't see that. This seems like some kind of strategic move here from who knows who, but to have it be so wildly different, I can't see this one being true. Honestly, it's probably somewhere in between. Like, it's probably falls somewhere in between of these two extremes. Like, oh, they broke up early in the year. Oh, they broke up in the fall and it was because of Harry Styles. There's got to be some middle ground here. So I'm who knows what the actual story is, because now we're just getting sources left and right saying totally different things. Right. But because I am a fan of the relationship, like we have both said, I think we lean towards, you know, they broke up towards the you know, beginning of the year. Everything's been fine. And the pictures, the pictures, like you said, Rhea, they're hugging. All the reports were that they were so co-parenting well. So it didn't seem like there was a lot of animosity between them.
It didn't. And I would say that here's how I picture it going. Olivia and Jason, they've been on the rocks since January 2020, right? They're on and off. They can't figure out whether they're together or they're apart. Quarantine hits, lockdown hits. They're figuring it out with their kids. They realize maybe in the summer, hey, you know, we're officially done. We're donezo. This ain't working anymore. We're co-parenting. That's that. Olivia's new movie starts. Jason and her still have a good relationship. They haven't dated anybody else yet. And then Harry is the first new person for Olivia to date. And that is why now it's becoming a big story, and also because it's Harry Styles. I'm a fan of both relationships. I love Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde together. I was like, that like hilarious couple. She's so fucking hot. He's so funny. I love that. They just seem like they're probably such a blast to hang out with. Like, if you were going to double date with a couple, or if you were going to go out with a couple, Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde, high up on the list. But then we got our mans. We got good old hair. And
you guys sound like you're just in denial.
I got into
this is what happens when Harry Styles gets
one of my friends about Harry Styles. Like, on top of the argument with Hank, my friend was like, well, I don't even really like Harry Styles. Like, why do you think he's so hot? And I was like, I couldn't, like, I honestly was so disgusted. Like, I truthfully was like, I can't even look at you. I can't even speak to you. I don't even know if this friendship's going to last any longer, because the fact that you were just totally dissing Harry Styles is like major disrespect in my opinion. But then Hank stepped in and was like, I will say him wearing a dress is pretty fucking cool. Like, he was like, if you're a guy and you could put on a dress on the cover of a magazine like that, like, you're probably pretty fucking cool. Like, you know what I mean? He's comfortable enough in himself to be like that. Like, there you go. So, you know, it runs deep with Harry, and me and you both we're in denial. We don't want Harry to be the bad guy, but you know what? If Harry breaks up the marriage, he becomes a little bit hotter. I'm just kidding. No, last time I said that, if Harry Styles and Taylor Swift killed somebody together, he becomes hotter, and somebody got very mad at me. It was a very clear joke, and I'd like to point out that I am also joking that Harry Styles becomes hotter if he ruined a relationship. It's also a joke. Need to get that out there.
It's just this is what's gonna happen. This is what happens when Harry Styles gets involved in anything. There's going to be drama, especially romantic relationships. And, who knows what.
How old are Olivia's
Jason Sudeikis is feeling?
How old are their kids?
Six and something else. I think one is 6 and I forget the other age.
Imagine if they're like Harry Styles fans. That'd be crazy.
Well, they're too young.
They could still be like, oh, I like that guy's music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure maybe Watermelon Sugar came on in the car on the radio and they sang along to it.
I think Jason turns that off now, like if it comes on.
Most likely.
Fuck this song.
I would think so.
The radio.
Yeah.
Doesn't eat watermelons anymore. Boycotts watermelons from his diet. And sugar.
So it's just ridiculous. Okay, so.
Oh, man. I shouldn't make myself laugh as much as I do.
Sometimes these articles are so long and it's like, just tell
What if
me.
Olivia, when did he get casted? What if she's like, I want to be single on this movie and plan this whole thing? It was like, I'm going to end it so I can be single on this movie.
Then props to her. That's a good plan. If you're like, I want to be single just in case Harry Styles comes my way.
And
well done, Olivia.
I don't see that. Yes, 100%. But I don't see that being the story of here at all. All the reports were like Harry Styles wanted to spend so much time with her, and he was always going to her trailer, and they were always talking. Like Harry was pursuing her. So, and I'm thinking if he was pursuing her that heavily, she was available.
I'm giddy.
Open for business.
I am turned on at the thought of Harry Styles pursuing Olivia Wilde. Granted, I'm wishing Jason Sudeikis the best. And I hope that Jason Sudeikis, imagine Ariana Grande, if she wasn't engaged, Jason Sudeikis starts dating a mega pop star, like Dua Lipa and Anwar Hadid break up, and then Dua Lipa is dating Jason Sudeikis. That would be amazing. That would be so good. Jason, we're rooting for you. We're all rooting for you.
Yeah, we like all these people individually, so it's like we just want everybody to get along. Jason, I would be upset. You can understand why Jason would be upset. This is Harry Styles here. It's not like any Joe Schmo. So I would think that has something to do with why these reports all came out at this time, to talk about how he's so heartbroken and how, try and blame the relationship on all of that.
If I was a single woman and I heard this news, right? And it comes out that Harry Styles is dating Olivia Wilde, Jason Sudeikis, he's on the market. I'd probably be pursuing Jason Sudeikis so hard because, I would never have a chance, but because in the slight chance that Jason Sudeikis and I start dating and Harry and Olivia are together, and then Olivia gets really jealous of me and Jason and wants Jason back. And then I end up with Harry because he's like, well, I lost Olivia. Might as well take you.
We're deranged.
Yeah.
We've lost it. We've totally lost it. We have totally lost it. But you know what?
In this world, all we got is fantasies, Fran. Yeah. All we got right now is fantasies.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. So this is by far not the last time we will hear sources speaking on how Jason feels or how Olivia feels. I'm sure it's only just going to get more dramatic as Olivia and Harry, if they start going out more and being seen out more. So just along for the ride here. Just see what happens.
Just a quick update about the Peter and Kelley situation. As we all know, before they broke up, they were both supposed to move to New York City. That is no longer happening, but it seems like Peter is still making the move to New York City. I don't understand why he would do that at this period in time when everything in New York City is shut down. But welcome to New York City, Peter.
Yeah, he made the move. probably got a good deal, rent right now. You can probably find a good situation. So he moved to New York. He said, New York, we're coming. He posted on his Instagram on Thursday, all of his boxes. And it just, I don't know, it just brings up more questions for me that we don't have answers for, who really wanted to move to New York? Who got to meet? Why did Peter get to move to New York and Kelley didn't? Like, was that a thing where they were like, oh, now only one of us can move to New York and it's going to be Peter? But I guess sources had told an ET that the split came down to family issues. They were just not on the same page about how they approach relationships, and that, quote, Barb was very involved and expected to be a major priority within Peter and Kelley's relationship. We knew that from the second we talked about this split. We were like, Barb definitely involved in some way. That does seem to be the case. And at the end of the day, that's not going to work. I'm very curious how Barb feels about Peter moving to New York. That's all the way across the country. She just lost a lot of control of his life, I feel like.
Barb is probably also in the market for a New York City apartment if Peter's moving to New York City. I can't picture his mom being out of his life. When the reports came out that Barb may have been a factor in their problems in their relationship, was not shocked in the slightest. I feel like that was an obvious situation that was going to happen. I don't think it is the main reason they broke up. When they say that Kelley and Peter had different ways about how they approach a relationship, I do feel like maybe there were some other factors that went into the breakup. Maybe Kelley didn't like the way Peter was acting, or Peter didn't like the way Kelley was acting when they're both in a relationship. There are things that we probably don't know that went on behind the scenes. So I feel like it was all a little too fast for them, the hype online of them being together. And I don't necessarily mean the hype as in either it was good hype or bad hype, because I think it was a mixture of both when they got together, because people were like, wow, we just wasted this season. They had met before, why did we go through this whole thing for him to end up with Kelley, who got sent home in the middle of the season? Why wasn't she in the final? And then people were happy because they were like, oh, it looks like Kelley and Peter found love. They look so happy together. So there was a lot of hype surrounding them, which I think goes untalked about often about these bachelor couples and relationships, that when they get off a show and they're hot and heavy and everybody's talking about them, that must add to the excitement to their relationship, because they're online, they're reading about it, they're reading about how people love them, hate them, whatever it may be, and that must fuel something in their relationship. Start taking that away, and then you get to the real layers of their relationship. What's it really going to be like when it's just me and you? Nobody's hyping us up. Nobody's paying attention to us. I'm not saying nobody's paying attention to them, because we're talking about them right now. But I feel like when you take that initial excitement away, then you see if you guys are really meant to be as a couple. I feel like Hannah and Dylan are a good example of that, as where people thought that they got engaged on Paradise and then they were going to split up soon after. But I think they both realized as a couple, they worked as a couple. When the excitement died down, the hype died down, they still liked each other a lot. I think Kelley and Peter, like I said, just too fast, too soon.
Yeah. Too fast, too soon. And also just with the times right now this year, the fact that the beginning of their relationship was only 8 months ago is wild. It feels like they were together for a lot longer, when in reality it was really only a few months. So it makes sense. That's, I think, a pretty reasonable amount of time to date someone and then split when you're like, okay, I like you a lot. You're really cool. Dating you has been great, but we want different things out of our lives. Like that 8-month mark, that makes sense to me. That's probably when you have more of those conversations of, where you want to be, how you want to spend the rest of your life, what you want to do. And when those things don't line up, it makes sense on why a breakup happens. It just felt like they were together for so much longer than they really were. So I get that, and Peter, I'll read this statement that Peter gave to Entertainment Tonight. He said, Kelley and I broke up 2 weeks ago. I flew to Chicago and was finished with the relationship. Then my mom really encouraged us to be in the relationship if we wanted to be and to not give up. Kelley and I operate on 2 different frequencies, and one isn't better or worse than the other. We're just 2 different people, and those differences surfaced after 8 months of dating. But I loved her like crazy, and my mom really cared about her. It is funny that he does have to include his mom in this because he put out this statement after all the reports of like, the relationship ended because of Barb and Barb was involved, yada, yada. I think Barb always liked Kelley. Maybe Barb caused problems because she was pushing them too hard. She wanted them to move too fast. Maybe Barb was like, hey, time to pop the question. Like, we like Kelley, time to propose. And Peter was like, whoa, not ready for that. The relationship wasn't ready for that. And things came to an end. It's exactly what he said. Though all of our differences came out after 8 months of dating, which is pretty typical, like regular people shit.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Any longer than that, you're a little more shocked, but 8 months is really not a long time. So it is what it is. No. Those two are not going to be, and it will be interesting to see who Peter dates next in New York City.
Very true.
All right, quick update, because of course Kelley once again posted while we're recording. Fran, read what Kelley had posted.
Okay, so just an update on Kelley. We had literally just said it. Did Peter get to go to New York? Did Kelley get to go to New York? They're both going to New York. Peter's going to New York and Kelley is. She posted a whole caption, and then she said that she'll actually be living in the Florida Keys until March and then still making the move to New York. She said, I'm excited to share my next chapter with you guys, and I'll try to be as open as I can, knowing that I will hit struggles along the way. In the meantime, I am trying to figure out my future living situation in New York, searching for a roommate and apartment, spending time with my friends and family, and focusing on my career. After all of this, it's been amazing to reflect and realize how grateful I am for the good I have in my life. So good for her. Look, they're both. That makes it seem to me that obviously anyone with a brain can put this together, that New York wasn't the problem. New York wasn't the problem. They both clearly want to live in New York. It came down to their actual relationship and the two of them together. So now it seems like Peter's taking on New York and Kelley's taking on New York. Kelley seems so great. Welcome to New York. And, I hope she enjoys it and it's everything she hopes it's going to be. If you want to get your year kicked off right, just remember you got to take some me time. You need some time for yourself. You need some time to relax. 2021 off to a hot start. There's a lot going on. You may be really busy at work. You may be just really busy in your life and you need some time to chill, to relax. And you know what that means? You got to reach for the beer that's literally made to chill. That's Coors Light. It's literally the only beer out there that's made to chill because the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill. When you need to hit reset, open a Coors Light. You'll feel amazing. It's mountain cold refreshment. It's cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged. Like I said, literally made to chill. It's as crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies, perfect for a moment to unwind. I love an ice cold Coors Light at the end of the day. All my work is done. I'm ready to turn on my favorite show, whatever I'm watching currently, because I'm always watching something. You reach for that Coors Light, take it out of the fridge. You see those blue mountains ready to go. You know it's going to be cold. That first sip is fantastic. And you're just ready to chill out, have some me time, take a moment to unwind, and just relax. Doesn't that sound amazing? It sure does. That's why you got to be drinking Coors Light. It's the official beer of Chicks in the Office. Coors Light is the one we choose and we need to unwind. So when you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light in the new look delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart. And always remember, celebrate responsibly. This is coming from the Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado. The time has come. The last day of filming for Keeping Up with the Kardashians was on Friday. Look, I think there were a lot of feelings going on for them and the family, and I understand that. And the the crew and the family have been together for such a long time. They're all very close. Me watching these stories, I didn't have a lot of emotion because I was like, look, we're going to see them again on Hulu in no time. It's like we haven't even seen the next season. We got a whole more season of Kardashians to watch, and then we're going to end up seeing them on Hulu. But for them, I'm sure wrapping this up was so emotional. They've been doing Keeping Up with the Kardashians for so long. I know that I will end up crying watching like their last episodes of this show, even though, like I just said, they'll be back on our televisions before we can even blink. They'll be back. So it was just nice seeing them all celebrate together. It's the end. And the timing is interesting. You know, and ending this show here makes me wonder how Kim's quote unquote storyline is going to end on Kardashians with all the shit that's currently been going on in her life and the rumors that have been going on, that now they're ending filming on January 8th in the middle of all of these rumors about her eventually getting divorced.
I cried. I watched the stories and I cried because I envisioned the last episode. I know what it's going to be. They're going to do one last, family dinner, and they're going to reminisce on the times. They'll show old footage. Rob will be there.
Old clips always get me.
Maybe the fucking Jenners. We got Brody in there. Maybe he'll make an appearance. I cried. I thought about it and I cried. And then I thought, you're an idiot. You're going to see them on Hulu. It's going to be the same exact thing. You're going to get a reality TV show. But obviously the show has been on for so long, and just thinking, like, when I think about other people doing things that they love, like, I can't explain it, but when people like fulfill their dreams, maybe that's the best way to put it, I cry, and I'm not even involved. I don't know them. Like Olivia Rodrigo, when I saw that Taylor Swift responded to her, like, I was crying, but why was I crying? I don't know. I'm just happy for her. Just that's fucking cool. So like the Kardashians, I'm like, oh my God, like they really made it off of this show. Like this show made them. But obviously we'll see more on Hulu. And I think for Kim, obviously, all the reports now are coming out about Kim and Kanye's divorce. I think that this has been happening for a while. So I think they're going to have plenty of footage to show Kim and Kanye getting a divorce. And just because they stopped shooting today doesn't mean that they're not going to have it, because this must have been going on for months without us knowing. I think that the Kardashians had gotten better at hiding things from the media in the past few months because of their last season, the filming of their last season. Like, I think there's so much more that we have not seen that is going to come out in the last season, because they need that. Everything has been spoiled. When Tristan cheated on Khloe that first time, or with Tristan and Jordan, all that played out on social media. So by the time it came out on the Kardashians, it was like, oh, we've seen this before. But with Kim and Kanye, we haven't seen as much. So I think we might see it a lot in the last season.
I hope so. I really do. That sounds kind of mean, but I do hope that we see it play out a little bit more, because there are just so many questions. We don't have really any details from the family directly. It's all speculation. So seeing it play out or hearing Kim actually talk about it will definitely drive eyeballs to the last season, which I'm sure is their goal. Like you said, get those ratings up while before they leave, head over to Hulu and see what they got planned. But you're right. It's going to be emotional. The old clips are always what get me. Just to see like Kendall and Kylie when they were so little on the show and everything they've accomplished. We'll all be getting emotional about it, because it, like you said, it's very impressive. This show started. Go back and watch some of the first episodes of Keeping Up with Kardashians. I think people forget. And then you go watch some of the earlier seasons and you're like, wow, wow. It is crazy what they've done.
Absolutely. One of my favorite old clips from the Kardashians is Scott Disick talking about Kylie and Kendall, and they're really young. And Scott's like, these two are going to be bigger than everybody. They're going to be the richest. They're going to be the most famous. He's like, I'm going to be your manager. He's like, nobody's paying attention to you guys. And like Courtney rolls her eyes. Meanwhile, it's so true. Kylie is the richest out of all of them. Kylie and Kendall are so famous, probably, I wouldn't say more famous, but they are just as famous. And it's just so funny to see how much they have progressed and changed and the things they've built. And even though people hate them, we love them and we'll continue to love them. I don't give a fuck. But, I see so many people just a TikTok came up on my page, and it barely had any views. It had like 2 comments, and I clicked it and I clicked the comments on it, and it was like, can't they all just die? It's like, why? Like, but why? Why do you want them to die so badly? Because you're jealous of them? Why be jealous of these people that are so unattainable? They made it somehow. They reached that point. Good for them. be happy for them. No reason to say, oh, I wish these people would fucking die. They're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, let them live in their own world. We watch for entertainment. They've given us years and years and years worth of entertainment. Endless entertainment from this family. So it was a wrap for Keeping Up with Kardashians. It'll be fun to watch the last season play out and see what happens. But that lunch with their little name plate cookies and their faces on all those cookies, I'm sure it'll be very emotional watching them all sit down at that table and just talk about everything they've been through. Once again, fans are speculating that Taylor Swift's lyrics are about Karlie Kloss. I don't know if we will ever get to a time when people don't think Taylor Swift's lyrics are about Karlie Kloss. No matter what, for years now, she puts out a new song and everyone thinks, oh, maybe this lyric. Oh, maybe this lyric. I'm one of them because I saw these lyrics too and was like, that definitely seems like it could have some meaning there. On Friday, she released the Evermore deluxe version. So it had 2 bonus tracks, It's Time to Go and Right Where You Left Me. And in It's Time to Go, she has the lyrics, when the words of a sister come back in whispers, that proves she was not, in fact, what she seemed, not a twin from your dreams. She's a crook who was caught.
So she's saying that Karlie was a snake. Okay, here's my issue though. Here's my issue.
Yep.
According to Taylor Swift's music, Taylor is never in the wrong. Taylor is never wrong. And I don't think that's possible in your life.
You're right.
Everybody is wrong and everybody is right in some capacity, right? You're not perfect. Nobody goes their whole life without doing a single thing wrong. And when it comes to Taylor Swift and all these relationships and all these people that she has gotten into fights with and whatnot, she's always the one that's right. And maybe she is. But now all of a sudden, people are turning on Karlie Kloss, right? They're like, oh, she must have done something. And immediately, that's what I did. I was like, oh, she's a snake. Karlie Kloss must have done something bad. But I don't know. I who knows at this point? There's so many songs that could be about Karlie. Nobody really knows what happened between the two of them. We just know that they were quote unquote best friends that then stopped being friends. So who really knows? But I'm starting to realize that Taylor Swift is never wrong. And maybe she isn't, but also I don't think that's possible.
Yeah. And it is hard. And we talked about this when we talked about Evermore and everything. Her songwriting has just changed so much where not everything is about her. All of her albums previously, it's like she was always pulling from real life experience and things that were going on in her life. These last 2 albums, it seemed more like she was storytelling, that these were made up characters, made up people. And sure, maybe a line here or a line there. Not every song is made up. There's totally songs that were about her own life on both of those albums. But sometimes I think she just drops little lines that do reference parts of her life, but it's not the main story of the song. Because when you see it's like, oh, it's time to go. This is about Karlie Kloss. I think maybe like this line might refer to her, but on Taylor's Instagram story, she did say, I put these 2 songs out and It's Time to Go is about listening to your gut when it tells you to leave, how you always know before you know, and how Right Where You Left Me, the other song, is a song about a girl who stayed forever in the exact spot where her heart was broken, completely frozen in time. So, and if you look at the other, like, when I looked at the other lyrics to It's Time to Go, I thought, okay, that makes sense where maybe that one line is a reference to Karlie, but there are other stories in this song. It's like 20 years at your job, then the son of the boss gets the spot that was yours, or trying to stay for the kids when keeping it how it is will only break their hearts worse. So, it's like this whole song isn't about Karlie Kloss. And she also wrote 15 years, 15 million tears, begging till my knees bled. I gave it my all. He gave me nothing at all, then wondered why I left. Now he sits on his throne in his palace of bones, praying to his greed. He's got my past frozen behind glass, but I've got me. Now that makes me think that that's about the whole music rights situation, that the Big Machine and everything that, you know, they had her music, they had her for so long, and now he owns all of it. He sits on his throne, is preying on his greed, the whole thing. So there's so many different aspects to her songs where it's like, cracks me up when I see these headlines like Taylor Swift's bonus songs, why fans think they're about Karlie Kloss. Maybe there's a line, like right where you left me, people were just freaking out because she has the line, friends break up, friends get married in the song. That could be about anyone. She's got a lot of friends that have gotten married.
I agree. And I think that her songs may not just be about one person. They're like about all of her experiences combined. Like, I think that she takes a lot of inspiration from her life and then puts it into a song, but it's not like this song specifically about one thing and one person.
Yeah, I agree with you where it doesn't feel as specific, and it feels like, especially with these last two albums, she has pulled from all aspects of her life to create these stories or to build these stories, and bits and pieces are in different songs, but it's not the full blown message from it completely. But no matter what, the questions about Taylor and Karlie will continue because it's just one of those stories that everybody has died to know what actually happened between them, and no one knows besides them. There's, you know, there's so many rumors, and did they date? Were they together? Were they not? Were they in love? Were they not in love? Were they just best friends? The questions will always continue, which is why I think everybody immediately when they see the lyrics are like, oh, maybe that's about Karlie, because everyone just wants answers.
Answers that we're never going to get.
No, I don't think so either.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Just a reminder, if you're listening to this on Monday, Cutting Stems, the Bachelor after show, is live right after The Bachelor tonight, Monday night, and then you can watch it on YouTube at any point. Subscribe to our YouTube, Chicks in the Office, and we will talk to you guys on Wednesday for The Bachelor recap. Love you. Bye.